Okay, well, hello and welcome to everybody who is watching this new podcast. This is a brand new podcast, and it's myself, Jen, and we've got my lovely friend
Fiona.
Fiona, and we've called ourselves the Yin and Yang Adventure Podcast because I'm Yin.
And I'm definitely Yang. And I think it's fair to say we both need each other in each other's lives.
Absolutely, and we balance ourselves out really, really well, don't we? Yeah. And we've called ourselves the Adventure Podcast because we have decided individually and together that we need to travel and we are going to travel the world, but more of that towards the end of this first podcast because what we'd like to do is we'd like to introduce ourselves to you, our wonderful viewers, our new viewers, hopefully our new viewers, to this podcast. So Fiona, do you want to kick off about uh, who you are and just kind of a brief synopsis about where you are and why you're here?
Yeah, I would love to. So, welcome everybody. And this is obviously the first time that we've done this, so just bear with us. But so I'm Fiona, and I am in a place in my life. So, I'm in my 40s. And a couple of years ago, I was a mental health nurse up until officially actually last Friday. And then I decided for lots of different reasons that I was going to take some time out of nursing. Anyway, the time out of nursing meant that I actually completely stepped back and I actually changed careers. So I set up my own business, like my well-being business. And within that, there has been so many changes and so many steps into the unknown. And I'm very much a different person than I was even a couple of years ago. And one of the biggest things that I have learned over the last couple of years is that I love to do things that set my soul on fire. And obviously, one is setting up my own business, being an entrepreneur, but also it's about traveling and experiencing different things. So this year is definitely 110% my year of expansion, like increased personal development and stepping outside of my comfort zone. And within this, like the traveling is just a biggie for me. Like it's right the way up there because I love traveling. I love visiting different countries, different cultures, just learning lots and lots of different things. So I think this is why like we're here today, isn't it? That we've got like, similar passions and interests. And we just want to share our journey with you and inspire people to live the life that you really want to live. And one of my favorite mantras is anything is possible, dare to dream. So that's what we were bringing it into these podcasts and just sharing like our excitement and yeah, what it's really like to be living the dream. So
Wow.
that's me.
Wow. Oh my God, Fiona, you're lighting my heart just by listening to that. And there's so much, and this is why we've both connected really, because we've both got these these kind of heart intentions, I think, where we just feel we need to expand, we need to grow, we need to learn, and we need to explore. And wow, it's like really exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, and stepping out of comfort zone. I think we're often conditioned to be held back, aren't we? And to keep with the same. But I'm sick of the same. Like I know that I need to do things differently. So to do that is definitely stepping into the unknown and being brave and courageous with those decisions. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as you were talking about your journey and why you're here right now and what's happened to you, in the last few years, it's pretty much kind of like a mirror image to me. So I've just recently in the last 2 or 3 months left my um 31 career in 31 year career in education, and I'm also,
Amazing, Jen.
yeah, yeah, which I loved, absolutely loved. And I've I've embarked on my own wellbeing business albeit very small. I teach yoga, I'm a Reiki master, and I'm a life coach. And I am 2024, for various reasons, through intuition, through help from seers and mediums, is my year of growth and challenge and travel as well. So I'm just really excited about having the flexibility of my own business to work around the fact that I'm going to be able to travel and um, meet new people and explore different places and bring my skills and talents to um, you know other countries even. And yeah, this is just, it's my growth, it's my passion. I've always wanted to do it for decades and never been able
Hmm.
to do it until right now. And it just feels absolutely right. And yes, it is scary because I'm doing it on my own, but I'm also doing it because I feel that I'm being guided, I'm being walked with whoever that is. I mean, I don't know whether I've got any spirit guides or not. I'm sure I have, but I'm not really that familiar with them. But I just feel that this is what's the right step for me. So this is why we've got such a great connection together, haven't we, in terms of our energy and our insights, and where we feel we go in together but separately, which is the yin and the yang, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's the beautiful way that we complement one another, isn't it? But when you were saying there about like you really use your intuition, and that I think since I've seen like you retiring, I've noticed more, Jen, that you are able to use your intuition like a lot more, and that's so important that we've all got that gift, haven't we? But sometimes we choose to ignore that, or if you're really busy in like daily life, you don't actually listen to that and tune in. And I think it's great that you do that. And that's something that I've definitely learned a lot more to trust and to step into that. I think that's something that we have in common as well.
Absolutely, and we've both come from very structured environments in terms of our work life, where everything is controlled, everything's planned,
Mhm.
everything's kind of set out. Not just tomorrow or the next day, but for the next few months or the next year, and that can make you feel like you haven't got control of anything else outside of that, or it can make you feel like somebody else is telling you what you need to do.
Mhm.
And we do have this intuitive aspect in our psyche, in ourselves, and it's just having that time just to have a little pause and a little stop and a little reflect, and kind of ask yourself, what is important to me right now, just
Mhm.
really from your heart. And yeah, it's hard to do that when you're in a full-time job, where everything's pretty much organized for you.
Mhm.
But this is why we're here. This is what we are doing. We have freed ourselves from those institutional constraints. We have allowed ourselves in our lives now, right now, to search for new opportunities, new freedoms, and hopefully new insights into what life's all about, really. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't know whether, Fiona, you want to now talk a little bit about what's coming up next for you, because it's really exciting.
It is so exciting. But just like again to go back to your intuition, do you feel like the more that now that you've got that like that space to like to connect with yourself, do you feel like it's a bit like a muscle, like the more that you tune into your intuition, the more that you're able to develop that and to trust it?
Yes, yes, I do. Yes, I do. And having the space to be able to um, just stop and say, do I really need to do this? What is it that's the driver? Is it the old kind of conditioning? Is it the old way of I should do it like this and I should do it like
Hmm.
that? And it's about that. It's like taking your bra off, if I have to say. on a night. It's just like, yeah, just let go of those constraints and just say, what do I really want to feel like doing? Um,
Hmm.
and it's an amazing thing to do. And I think we can all do it no matter what our situation and what our circumstance. We don't have to pack in our jobs to do it. We just have to just have an awareness that this is possible and we've got that choice and we're able to carve out even just a little bit of time
Hmm.
just to kind of think about what our dreams really are and what do we really, why are we here and what do we really want to do with our lives, and we, not kind of leave everything that's important to us, but just to feel, that we've got that sense of I don't know, sense of like purpose. I think beyond the expected. That's what I think
Hmm.
I'm trying to say. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
yeah, completely. No, I love that. I absolutely love that. Um, so yeah, my exciting news is, so you often hear me talk about, like, me connecting to my higher mind or my ego, my physical mind. But I've got so much better at like connecting to my higher mind, my higher consciousness, like what I class as my soul's essence. And back in January, I just woke up one morning and my higher mind I connected with my higher mind, and it said volunteering in Africa. Now, this is something that I've wanted to do for so many years, but not had maybe the courage to do something like that, especially like on my own. But I just had that real intuition that that is something that I wanted to do. And so actually I took quantum action that day, got in contact with an organization that I've been following for quite some time, and I got it all booked. So my journey and my excitement is, and if you could see my front room at the moment, it's an absolute bomb site because there are just things like absolutely everywhere. So tomorrow I'm off to Africa for 3 glorious weeks doing some volunteering. And I can't put into words just how excited I am. And what's different for me is maybe even 12 months ago, fear would have kept me back because I would have thought, oh, I can't do something like this like on my own. But actually, at the moment, I just feel like really super excited that I'm going to be doing something that it feels like it sets my soul on fire. And I just think the experience is going to be life changing in a really positive way. And I'm just really excited to like come back in a few weeks' time to share what that actually was like, that whole experience. Because I am out of my comfort zone, definitely out of my comfort zone. But the bigger part of me is just like really excited. And that energy exchange, I think, that we're going to get with people who I'm going to meet, is just going to be absolutely incredible. So yes, that's my exciting news. So
Oh my goodness, Fiona, that is just fantastic. And, kind of having that vision, even, 12 months ago, and
mm,
and kind of thinking, this is what you want to do. But why did you feel like now is the time? Is it the energy? Is it what is it that's made it right for you now, just to be able to do that?
I think a combination of things, Jen, a bit like you, because like we've got our own well-being business, and you know, predominantly it's online. And so that's given me the freedom to be able to do this, but also kind of like my like intuition, like I'll keep talking about intuition because it's something that I really trust, might really trust in. And so I think, yeah, and about like the energy at the moment. I mean, I think the energy for this year is insane. I don't know if anyone else can feel this right now, but for me, there's been such, I'm getting goosebumps, such a shift in like the collective consciousness at the moment. I think this is the year. I really feel it kind of like deep inside. Do you get that feeling, Jen? That this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
like, it's tangible. Oh, it's giving me like all like prickles because the
absolutely.
energy is insane.
Yeah.
So I think that it's a combination of things as to why I think,
Yeah, and I think I mean I follow Pam Gregory on YouTube.
yeah.
She's an amazing astrologer, and she talks a lot about the energy and about coming together in groups, and yeah, I feel exactly the same. That there's a different type of energy, and
Mm.
it's about taking your skills and your expertise and your knowledge into um, I don't know, new places where you can share and have a greater impact on people, and that's exactly what you're going to be doing. I mean, you know, you're just going to you're going to have such an impact on those wonderful people out there, and it's going to be life changing for you,
Yeah,
also for them, and it's going to be a really positive and like you say, energy exchange with the
massively.
people there, and just so wonderful, yeah. And it just kind of feels right. All your doubts kind of all just kind of disappear and dissolve, and you just know that you're doing it.
Yeah, it just definitely it's like for me like that feeling that it is the right thing
Yeah,
for me to do kind of like right now. Um and that is exactly what I am doing. I'm going with it. And yeah, exciting times for me, but also exciting times for you as well, Jen. Do you want to share where you're off to next and what
yeah,
your plans
yeah.
are?
So I'm going to in 2 weeks' time. I'm doing a road trip to Ireland on my own, and I'm going to be traveling. I've never been to Ireland before, apart from the Dublin 30th birthday party, where you just see Guinness and then you see Guinness, and that's
I
that's
bet it was carnage.
yeah, yeah. That was a long time ago. So but now I'm in search of energies, and I'm in search of magic and waterfalls, and I just feel like I want to connect with the really beautiful energy of Ireland and the magic of Ireland. And it's really weird, Fiona, but and I've only just realised this, but a couple of weeks ago, I went and just bought loads of candles, and everything was just green. So I just bought loads of green candles,
Wow.
and then I went into the shop, and I was like, oh, I'll have those green towels, and then I went into another shop, and there's this green jumper that stood out for me, and I was like, oh, I'll buy that green jumper. And it's, I don't know whether it's about the heart energy,
Mm.
which is your, green and pink, which is your, your heart chakra,
Yeah.
or whether it was intuition or the universe telling me that it's the Emerald Isle, and I need to go and visit and explore the Emerald Isle and
Yes.
find the magic and the energy around. So yeah, I'm just doing an 8-day road trip. I've just printed out a map. I'm doing a little Airbnb, and I'm going to find some waterfalls, some sacred sites, and just going to see what Ireland's all about, because I feel there's a really lovely, lovely energy around it. And I mean, I don't feel I'm as intuitive as you in terms of listening to the messages and stuff, but it's just a heartfelt feeling for me. So I'm gonna do it. I'm just hoping that there's gonna be not too much rain, but that doesn't matter.
Doesn't
I'm
matter
all good with
anyway, does it?
and yeah, I'm just doing a road trip to Ireland in a couple of weeks, so it's quite exciting, really.
Yeah. And I think you have followed your intuition. Definitely you followed your intuition. And I think that is getting stronger. Like I've said, I definitely see you doing that more so. Like you're
Yeah,
following like the signs, aren't you? Like all those green things, and you're going intuitively.
yeah, yeah, and I suppose it's just having that trust and that faith that you're responding to what the universe is telling you, and giving you those little nudges. So it absolutely feels right, and I am a bit scared. I have to admit, I am a
Yeah.
bit scared because I mean, I've been on holiday on my own for a few times, but it's just, it's a new place I've never been to before. But do you know what? I trust in the people that I'm going to meet, and I trust in the opportunities that are going to arise. And I'm hoping that there's going to be a bright enough light in the hotel where I'm staying, so I can teach my online yoga class on the Thursday night, and everybody can see me. Otherwise, I'll just have to get a recording of it. Um, But yeah, just to bring some Emerald Isle energy to and magic to yeah to my yoga. So yeah, it is exciting, and I am really really looking forward to it. Never done anything like that before, but it just feels right.
Love it. I absolutely love it. And you're going to have an amazing time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And like the magical stuff with you, like the magical and the fairies and the elves and all of that. Yeah.
And I've got my beautiful wood sprite here that I only just, he connected to me about 3 weeks ago when I went to a local wood yard to buy a planter, and he was there on the top shelf, and he just was, and he'd never been sold to anybody, and he just wanted to come on with me. So he seems to be called Stephen. That's
Hi,
what
Steve.
I. So yeah, so this is brilliant. This is oh, it's been so lovely to share our first ideas with you all,
Yeah.
and we are going to continue with this podcast and share our adventures. We have got a few things in the pipeline that we've talked about, which we're not going to share at the moment, but we are all about sharing our energy, our excitement about traveling, traveling the world, seeing different places, pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone, listening
Mhm.
to our inner guidance, our intuition, our higher self. Um, and we hope that this podcast will be something that you're really interested in and you'd like to subscribe to and look forward to hearing about and listening to. And yeah, I don't know whether there's anything else you want to say, Fiona, before we
No,
just.
I think like you summed it up beautifully, and I think it's going to be a podcast that we're going to explore, and it just feels really exciting. Like the energy between us just feels really exciting, and I hope the viewers can feel that and will tune in with that, and we will grow, and things will change, won't they? And I think that's really exciting. It's like we planted a seed today. That's what it feels a bit like to me. We planted a seed, and we're going to kind of like grow and kind of watch that flourish.
Absolutely. And I think our backgrounds will change because, we might be in a different environment when we do a next podcast, and it might be you, Fiona, in your next place doing a one on your own, and it might be me doing a one on my own, but we'll bring it together all in the same channel, and
Yeah.
we'll reconnect and we'll have a discussion about how things have gone, and yeah, so it is really exciting, and yeah, it's just great to share such opportunities and our lives with you. And yeah, do please put any comments and tell us perhaps things that you want to find out, what you're interested in, what maybe that you think we might be, what you'd like us to maybe investigate, because yeah, we're very kind of open to that as well. So yeah, if if there's anything else you want to say, Fiona, before we head off.
No, I think that's it. No, I need to crack on with the packing.
My God, if you've got a bomb site in your living room and you're setting off tomorrow for Africa, I think you better go now, lovely. I think you better
Yes,
go.
I will. Yeah, but lovely to see you, Jen, and lovely to see everybody. And
Yes,
sending lots of love, light, and healing.
yes, and thank you so much for listening and being there, and thank you for all your comments. And yeah, we look forward to letting you know about the next step in our Yin and Yang adventures. Bye for now.
Bye.